Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by my channel, Cosmic Light Body. My name is Mark, and in this video I wanted to discuss the effects of the fear response that's triggered from this coronavirus pandemic. Stay tuned. So I've had some interesting observations recently, and I was communicating with my Pleiadian guide this morning, and we were discussing the energetic aspects of what's going on right now around the world related to this pandemic, the coronavirus response. So we're seeing, as I've discussed in my previous videos, the fear response being triggered from these deep-seated traumas, the very traumas that anchored us to our human body when we were born, the lack of control and those kind of things, of having to rely on something external to protect and save us. We're seeing those traumas come to light. Those were triggered with this pandemic. We're in a situation right now where we have no sense of control, and the very entities that we look to, our world leaders and our government, really are not providing solutions for us. We don't have a vaccine. We don't have effective treatments as of this point. We're being told that thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, could potentially die, and there are no answers. These are very powerful, deeply held traumas within humanity that are being reflected up right now. And what's happening is, as these triggers appear from the coronavirus, these energetic blockages within our body, because we know that these fears are stored within our body, and these are areas of density where our soul's energy can flow. These are being reflected out because we're being triggered by this uncertainty and this health scare. And as that happens, they're now in our mental body, and we have to face them. And we have a point of choice. And the collective, everybody in the world right now, is making a choice. Do I create space and align with my soul? Do I realize that I don't need a government or someone else, an external force, to save me? I have that power within my being to do that. Or do we align with the fear? And do we run off in the mind? And do we allow the mind to control our vibration and search for some sense of control or some sense of safety or savior in our external environment? And many people are making that choice to align with the mind. And when they align with the mind, more energy now starts to go into that, and it charges that fear response, that emotion, and it takes us off away from alignment with our soul. So this is being fueled by what we're seeing in our external environment. It's being reflected out. These fears are reflected every time we watch the news. We're seeing it in the media. Our world leaders, we're seeing this fear, we're seeing this uncertainty. The very thing that is trapped within our body that our soul is wanting us to awaken to and become aware of is reflected out in our reality right now, so that we could become aware of it. So it is really a fantastic opportunity to become aware of that, because we know that everything in our external environment is a reflection of the vibration that we have. So when these vibrations are activated, this energy is activated within our body, it reflects out. So when we look at it from an energetic standpoint, we are seeing that reflection out into our reality, and our soul is showing us what needs to be healed. Now, if we run off in the mind, the fear is going to build, and that's going to lead to our soul sending us larger signals that, hey, you're out of alignment, you're moving in the wrong direction, you're not addressing the fear that we need to heal. And then that's going to manifest as disease. Many people are getting this virus. It's going to manifest as, illness, could manifest as cancer, fear, anxiety, depression, heart attacks, all sorts of situations, because our soul's energy is not flowing freely, because the body is lacking circuitry in these certain areas where these fears are being harbored. Okay, so we have a choice. Now, if we move back in the other direction and we could start to move into alignment with our soul, we're able to use our mind as a tool instead of letting our mind run the ship. The mind wants to find a solution to the problem. Now, if we're aligned with our soul, we realize there really is no problem. There's just a reflection of an energy into our reality that's manifesting. So now we could use the mind as a tool. So if we could take logic and we could look around, there are clues out there that would show those that have created space that you are moving into alignment. I heard yesterday that the numbers that the UK had originally promoted as far as projected deaths, I think they said 500,000, are now revised down to 20,000. And we know that number is going to continue to drop. Okay, so there are clues out there, if we could create that space and look, to actually find the truth. Okay, and not listen to everybody that is completely identified with the mind. As this energy is coming out in this trigger, is reflecting out into the collective, we're seeing this fear response manifesting now as densities in our reality. So the mind identified individuals are running off and trying to create a solution on a 3D level to a problem. So the governments now are pushing ventilator shortages. We need to create ventilators. We need more equipment. We need all sorts of things to provide a solution to this problem. So these things are being born out of fear. This energy is being released in our body and it has to go somewhere. And if we cannot ground it and heal it by creating space and seeing the truth, it will begin to manifest out into the reality as physical objects. So we're seeing a ramp up of ventilator creation and all these equipments that from the mind's perspective is going to save us. And we know that the mind cannot save us. The mind does not have access. The mind does not know that we are infinite beings and we have the power to create a reality, that there truly is no danger. But the collective mind is now manifesting this energy, this density, into solid objects. So we're going to have such an abundance of ventilators in the future that is really going to represent the fear that is not being grounded and healed at this moment. So down the road, when somebody even hears the word ventilator, this coronavirus fear pandemic is going to be triggered because it's still stored within the body. So what we need to do is, again, we need to be able to make a choice. We need to be able to move more into alignment with our soul, create the space, use our mind as a tool, and not let our mind look externally for something to come in and save us from a situation. Because when we're in alignment with our soul, we know there is nothing that can harm us. So this is a fantastic opportunity for those of us that are aware of this to create the space, continue to do the work. If you do have fear come up, keep your eye on the ball, so to speak, and know that you cannot be harmed, that you are in control of your reality. Shift your vibration, and more of that higher frequency energy will flow through you as these energetic blockages dissolve. So I hope this helped. If you guys want to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click the like button on the video, click the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a video and all future videos. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much.